Hey y'all, I'm Mimi, aka the Piscean Seer, and this is one of your daily collective messages. Okay, like, and subscribe if you get anything out of this. Thank you so very much to those of you who do like, subscribe, and comment. Okay, it is always and forever going to be loved and appreciated. God, archangels, ancestors, ascended masters, cosmic gods, all beings of the highest, purest white light with the best interest of me and the collective at heart. You are always and forever welcome into my readings, okay? Please, please, please give my wonderful, fabulous, amazing Piscean Seer family the best and most accurate information for them at this time, okay? So this is going to be a very interesting Archangel Metatron reading, okay? So he told me to get the overall energy before I tell you the notes. So that's what I'm gonna do. So what's up? Okay, so we got the Two of Potions. Okay, so the Two of Potions always gives me that emotional balance energy. Let me get the other one. Okay, and then we got the Lovers, of course. Okay, so I feel like this is more of like a collective message. I don't feel like this is going to be so much personal. Okay, we got the Six of Pumpkins or the Six of Pentacles. Okay, because there are many gifts being dropped on the collective at this time. Okay, this whole time that we were working up to this thing, okay, we were learning how to like travel, how to timeline jump, okay, how to go the distance with spirit. Okay, I seen protection. Okay, we are being highly protected at this time. Okay, super protected as we claim our territory, which is this earth. Okay, what is the rest of the overall energy? Okay, community. Okay, so like I said, this is all about the community of balanced lovers, okay, who are rooted and grounded into this earth, into this beautiful divine energy that we're grounded into right now. Okay, all of us who have done all of this growth, okay, who have really been working on unlocking our gifts, who have, totally let all of the nonsense and the bullshit roll off of our backs. Those of us who took the risk of looking crazy and fighting against all of this mischief for our own survival, okay? We have chosen the right direction, okay? We have chosen the path of least resistance, and we really truly are committed to everything that we're doing at this time. I feel like there's also a lot of people who are very committed to mimicking us at this time, okay? And these are the people who are in battle with us, okay? Which is what makes it a little bit like tricky, right? Because you always have people like smiling in your face and trying to cause upheaval in the background. But like Archangel Metatron has already said, you have learned to go the distance. You could spot trickery from a mile away. And really, all of these people is finna really receive the wrath, okay? The wrath, I don't know. The wrath is going to also allow certain people to soar too, though. So he's saying like the wrath that's coming down on people is not all bad. Yes, it has a lot of karma tied to it, but it's because these people just really didn't know. Like, it's like, I don't know, some part of them was unable to wake up, but like as the entire earth does like a tesser or takes a little trip in the hypercube to the fourth dimensional state of being, okay, a lot of us are just going to be getting lucky, and it's going to seem like the other people, because we're being so lucky and because we're roaming around being so free, that everything outside of us is just going to look crazy, okay? You guys are all anomalies, okay? All very special in your own way, okay? If you're called to learn anything at this time, okay, saying please, learn those things, okay? Archangel Metatron will come into your energy and try to have you learn a lot more, okay? I wasn't supposed to read this, but he told me to read it, okay? So it says here in the Seattle area, we have three big roots. The largest, I believe, is the one at the UW Bothell campus. Each of those roots serves as a community. It is a sanctuary. It is a place for the crows to retreat in the evening where they are accepted and comforted, okay? Lean on your community. Lean into the groups of people who you feel most at peace with during times of friction or stress. When you pull community, think of it as a nudge to connect with a group that interests you. It says not only will you find new opportunities there, you will become part of a group focused on a similar goal. Okay, so it says community may also indicate that you would benefit from examining your relationships within a group or belief system. It says, are your goals and beliefs in alignment with the group's philosophy? Do you remain within a community because it is simply a part of your history? Okay, but your involvement or participation is limited, and as a result, you feel disconnected. You may need to consider if the philosophy of a community that you no longer connect with is still impacting your decisions or your perception of events. Okay, so I'm hearing like, are you hanging out with people who are emotionally balanced? Do you guys share the same beliefs? Do you guys, love the same things in life? He's not saying like, oh, this is exactly, you guys have to be exactly the same carbon copies of each other. That's not what he's saying, but he's saying like at the deepest root of you guys, okay, you should mesh, okay? You should mix, like there should be no feeling of separation or like any hesitation when it comes to like talking to your community or dealing with your community. A lot of times if you can't come to your community, you're probably having a spiritual battle with them, okay? And this is just what it is, okay? So A Wrinkle in Time, okay? I was watching A Wrinkle in Time, and the guy in the movie was studying the Tesseract, okay? So when I looked into the Tesseract, I found out that the Tesseract is actually called the hypercube. Okay, it is a shape in sacred geometry. Okay, look, so there might be a little bit of tongue-tiedness that comes with this message. Okay, so it says that a hypercube is created with 8 squares that have a corner touching both the next square and the previous one. Okay, in a 2-dimensional hypercube, this forms a large octagon with an octagram in the middle and other octagon in the very center. Okay, I see it. So it says a 3-dimensional hypercube appears to consist of 3 rectangular prisms. The hypercube is said to symbolize 4 dimensions: length, width, height, and time. Okay, so I feel like you're matching up with these 4 things. The enneagram right here is inside of the hypercube. Okay, and it says the reformer, the helper, the achiever, the individualist, the loyalist, the enthusiast, the challenger, and the peacemaker. Okay, and it's 9. But before I get into that, let me get into the hypercube, okay? Because the major numbers in the hypercube were 8, 2, and 3, okay? And 4, of course, because it's a 4-dimensional shape, okay? So 8, okay, is a huge thing. It's 8 squares, okay? So I feel like, okay, so a while back I did a reading, okay, and I was talking about some version of what was it? Some version of Alice in Wonderland that I seen from 1999, and they were talking about how you start in the second cube, you start in cube 2, and when you get to the 8th square, it's all feast and fun. Okay, so this is the energy that you have gone to. You've gotten to this place where you're able to utilize the energies and the capabilities of the hypercube, all because you're no longer because you put the 2 dimensions of the self together, okay? And then you become 3. You become you and God, okay? So I hope I'm not confusing you, okay? But see this shape right here, the enneagram, it's located inside of the hypercube, okay? This is all sacred geometry, y'all. I don't want to lose you. So you do like this journey, all the way till you get to 9, this circle to wholeness, okay? So you start as the reformer, then you become the helper, the achiever, the individualist, the investigator, where you want to figure out everything around you and all the people, okay? The loyalist, the enthusiast, the challenger, and finally the peacemaker, okay? So at this point, you're in this energy of peace, in this energy of love, okay? So, for hypercube and tesseract, when I looked it up online, okay, it says a way of visualizing the concept of time in a four-dimensional universe. Okay, so you guys are actually perceiving this time from your 4D seat. Okay, like you have grown and evolved, but I feel like it's because you guys are, like I said, very emotionally balanced, operating out of the energy of love, and very aware when you are picking your communities. Now I don't know about you guys, but like, excuse me, when I first got into this whole thing, I would just join any community, you know what I'm saying? Like I just was hungry for the knowledge, I just wanted to learn as much as I could about, tarot and oracle, and I really didn't understand it, but I guess my soul knew what it was doing. My soul knew where it was meant to go. So I was just like, it was like my heart was just pulling me to all of these different directions, And then when I got a little bit further in my journey, I started unsubscribing to certain people, I started, like checking out of their energy and just deciding for myself with my intuition, really, who is my soul family? Who do I want to subscribe to? Who do I want to give my likes to? Who do I want to be exchanging energy with? And I feel like now I get the clearest messages, when it comes to like other people or, the other soul families that I'm a part of, because I have you guys are my personal soul family, but I also like, subscribe to other channels and other things like that. And I watch and I get my messages, because, I could read myself all day long, but sometimes it's just not clear because somebody else already expressed that message perfectly and it's waiting right there in that other part of my soul family just for me, So I feel like that's definitely a part of your fourth dimensional way of looking at things. And also when you become connected to that oneness and really get deep into that, you're already operating out of this higher dimension, It says a representation of higher dimensions, consciousness expansion, and the interconnectedness of all things, okay? So this is what you're already doing, In Buddhism, okay, never mind, I'm getting ahead of myself. So the next thing that I wrote in here was the number 108, okay, which is a sacred number that signifies the universe as a whole, okay? So you as the micro are perfectly mirroring the macrocosm, okay? Like you're so connected in, tapped in with the universe that you could literally, this is why you can timeline jump wherever you want, because you're operating out of the energy of love, okay? So it says Buddhism and Hinduism, the number 108 reps spiritual connection and unity, okay? It is a positive sign signifying well-being, balance, and the importance of maintaining a healthy mind, body, and spirit. And I think you really understand the importance of maintaining this for yourself, okay? And also you're having these manifestations that are going to just, boom, 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 come out of nowhere, okay? When I woke up, I was singing the Pussycat Dolls. When I grow up, I want to be famous. I want to be a star. I want to be in movies. So be careful what you wish for because you just might get it. Okay. So I feel like there's a lot of things that you could have wished for when you were younger, when you were in your more immature energies, before you got to this place, into this powerful frequency of love. And now you're calling back a lot of things to yourself because you've entered like this hypercube state of mind is what I'm hearing. Okay. So it says to utilize the tesseract or the hypercube, we're going to call it the hypercube because we don't want to get copyrighted. Okay. To utilize the hypercube, all you need is to tap into the right frequency. Okay. And then in the movie, he says the frequency is love, because he's in his lab and he's like, he has the thing set up, and he just really is at a loss. He doesn't know what to do. He knows he needs the right frequency, but he doesn't understand what that frequency is, or he really doesn't understand what it means, until he looks over, he can see like his wife and baby through the window in another part of the house. Okay. And he feels like that, that moment where you're looking at the people you love and you're just like, oh, I love them, like really gushing this strong energy of love. It's crazy. Like I can feel it. I can feel it like all through me. Okay. I have the weirdest feeling. So he sees them and he's like gushing over them, and then he like drops a little tear, and the tesser, the thing starts like doing the wavy thing, and he kind of gets sucked into that. So he's forced to leave his reality. Okay, he's forced to leave his reality, and he goes over there and he has no guidance or no direction really. He's just like in this other world, and into the 3D world. He's missing. He's nowhere to be found. His family doesn't find him for years, and then years later, the guides show up to the children, and they teach the children how to test her, but they're already on the vibration, on the frequency of love, so it's easy for them to tap into the hypercube energy and to just travel with the guides. Okay, and then we got the Merkaba right here, okay, with transcendence, ascension, and you are rising up. So this is what's going on. A lot of you guys have risen up into this hypercube energy, and you just might be a little bit overwhelmed with this energy of love, and it can look a lot of people like, to a lot of people, like you're not on this frequency of love, and like you're not showing them all of the love and attention they feel like they should get, but it's just that they're not operating truly on the energy of love. Okay, we got the Venusian Galactic Council, okay, which is perfect while we speak of the frequency of love. But you also have very strong star being guides. You're someone who definitely answered the call, and Archangel Metatron is like really giving a call out to you guys to make sure that you are shining. Okay, a lot of you guys have received this beautiful Merkaba star activation, or you are about to. Okay, Archangel Metatron works very closely with you with your soul star. Okay, I feel like a lot of you guys have been fulfilling your soul contracts and doing a great job of getting back in touch with who you are on a soul level. Like you guys are doing so great. Okay, we got Thoth or Thuth light codes. Okay, so it talks about light initiation. It says great teacher awakening and divine magic. I feel like there's this beautiful mass awakening happening. Okay, this beautiful opening up to magic, and because you are a balanced lover, I know you feel that shit. Okay, what's this? Okay, the temple of truth. Okay. So also your throat chakras could be getting very strong. You guys are authentically communicating, and doing a great job of expressing yourself. And I feel like this is why you're headed into this beautiful stellar gateway activation, this infinite potential, this manifestation vortex. Like I said, be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it. But also, I think this comes like with a little bit of a warning too. Like, be very careful at this time what you're thinking, what vibration you're vibrating on. Okay, if you want everything to stay on the up and up, you need to, and like you will fall. Okay, so I was listening to this song, okay, and I even sang along, and then I pushed the remote on accident and it turned it off. And I was like, I know, right? What am I doing singing along to this song? Okay, being dropped on the ground mid-tesser. Okay, so apparently if you drop your vibration, or if you sing along, or say certain words or things out of your mouth, it's possible for you to temporarily drop out of that frequency of love. And then he's saying, like, when you jump back into that hypercube energy, you're kind of in a different place, or it takes you a while to like get up to the speed you were already traveling at. Woo, this message making me hot. Okay, we got higher heart activation. Okay, it says dropping shields, divine love, your heart is healed. Okay, so your heart, you have experienced a higher heart activation already, and you are absolutely doing it. Okay, so don't be afraid right now. Okay, I was saying something about doubt earlier in the bathroom. I said, when in doubt, pour it out. Okay, that's a saying that we have around here, because at one point there was a lot of people here And there was always some water bottle that was half drunk, and you'll turn around and there'll be like, 3 bottles next to your bottle, and it'd be like, is this mine? And then my mom started saying, when in doubt, pour it out. Okay. So I feel like when you're in doubt, you need to pour that doubt out, like really get rid of it and expel it, because you really truly don't need anything to do with doubt at this time. Okay. We got serious star blessings. Okay. It says, yes, proceed, be seen, push through. Okay, we got this one falling off the deck. Okay, we got Orion activation. Somewhere in my notes in here it says Orion, home of the happy medium. Okay, so find that happy medium. Okay, right now you're like this walking supernova. Okay, you have been recreated. Okay, you have been renewed, rebirthed by light. Okay, and you need to operate in your everyday life that way. Do not, trick your mind into going back to that 3D way of thinking. No matter how stupid or crazy people might think it looks or feels to them, it ain't about them. It's about God and about me tessering properly to get to where I need to get to take care of and handle the business I need to handle in this lifetime. Okay, what's soul star activation and Thoth light codes? We got Lumerian seed codes. Okay, so a lot of different beings are also assisting with these upgrades. Okay, the Lumerians, the Venusians. Okay, Metatron, of course, and Thoth have shown themselves. Okay, so it says embracing sensitivity, uniqueness, and living with grace. Okay, so it's like in order to like tesser effortlessly or to travel at that hypercube vibration. Okay, you need to be operating out of that energy of grace also, where nothing is stopping you, nothing is bothering your path, no one is able to hold you back, because you're also vibrating while you're traveling at this very hypercube type of speed. Okay, while you're trapped, it's like he's bringing to my attention like bandwidth, you know what I mean? Like you have to make sure that you're having the right output and input of negativity, because of course you have like your light and dark sides, the both sides of you, but I feel like you have achieved wholeness, so like you're very good at keeping the balance. Okay, if this energy is for you. What's Thoth light codes and temple of truth? We got star gathering. What was I saying? I was saying in order to like stay at this hyper speed. Okay, I said it though. He said he's like, yes, with the input and output. Okay. So look, we got star gathering. Okay. Which talks about stars aligning. Okay. You remembering home and also remembering the members of your soul family, and I feel like a lot of people don't realize like how many members of your soul family you have actually reunited with, even if you're like just someone like me who has a channel, or, if you, I don't know, just watch some other channel and you're just a part of that place, and you love what you see in the comments and you love that reader's personality and you're at home. That's why you're at home with your soul family. But also I feel like when we're talking about soul family, we are absolutely talking about spirit too. So I feel like maybe you could be coming into contact more with some of the energies that have been working with you all along, maybe some energies that you haven't necessarily been aware of. Okay, we got the sacred inner space. Okay, so sacral chakra upgrades going out at this time. Okay, make sure that you give yourself some tenderness and some sensuality around this time. Okay, over the next couple of weeks is what he's saying. Okay, and the calendar says, have I given you any indication at all that I care? Okay, that is a quote from the Golden Girls. Okay, Sophia said that. Somebody's name could be Sophia. But I feel like it's like you have to really kind of have tunnel vision. Okay, you have to kind of cut other people out, because it's the fact that you haven't given them any indication that you care that is a problem. They want your attention. They're used to you giving them all the indications that you care. And when you're going through such higher energies, when you're trying to travel at the speed, like travel in the energy of the hypercube, you really have no time or no room for that lower vibrational energy. If you can't pull them up to your vibration, then they're really not worth your time or energy. Okay, we got the Anunnaki coming out also. It says energetic shift. Okay, new information and the end of a cycle. So this end of that old cycle, it's definitely done. Okay, so right now it's going to be very important for you to make sure that you're speaking your truth, that you're speaking to yourself and others very honestly, and that you're vibrating on that vibration of love so that you can tesser and attract whatever it is that you want. Okay, or, be at the hypercube energy. So we got I said archangel. Okay. So archangels are definitely in your energies assisting you with this. And also the archangels are very proud of the way that you guys have been doing this karmic release. You guys have done so much healing to your lineages, such a great job putting up your boundaries and standing your ground. Okay, we got the memories of Atlantis, which talks about spiritual acceleration, progress, and technology. People look at magic and act like, oh, it's so impossible, it's so non-existent. But magic is just simply a science that we don't necessarily understand. It's just a form of technology that we just don't get. It is, something far more advanced, but it is workable. Okay. But it is workable, and I'm not just talking about for the negative side. There is lots of very positive magic that one can make without even, lighting a candle or doing anything extra. You're going to have to really open up yourself, open up your mind. Okay. And they brought to my attention, that it is the hypercube that unfolds into that cross, that is very open, that is, all about love and not so much about judging everyone and everything it comes into contact with. And so therefore it is very intelligent. Okay, it's like a sponge. It's okay, it is accepting of everything, so it knows that it can learn a lesson anywhere. I suppose we're the it's here. Okay, what is Orion and the Lumerian seed codes? Archangel Metatron. Okay, so we got mildew fairy with cleanup time. Okay, so this is what really truly is going on. Like, we are actively helping in this beautiful cleanup of this realm. Okay, like, we have definitely, dusted this thing off and raised it up. That's what they were showing me, like the world in a hand. Okay, and just like dusting it off and just being like, oh, that's what I seen. Okay, in my third eye. So this is what we're doing. One transmutation session at a time is what he's saying. Okay, what's this? Okay, strange Valentine with love is strange. I feel like a lot of us have stepped into this new energy of love, where it's so strange to us. It's something that we've never felt. But although it is very strange and is unusual and it makes us look weird and it makes us look crazy, we all are the people who have stuck to it, who have chosen to follow that gut instinct into where we should be, rather than letting society press or tell us how we should love or what we should be doing with our time and with our energy. And that is great. Okay, this is why you are getting this beautiful upgrade. Okay, we got Marie Masquerade. Okay, you have removed your mask, and this is what makes you look so weird. People like, what? Where is your mask at? You need to put that back on. But I feel like you have found this beautiful glamour and intrigue in yourself and have really learned to step out of the drama. And Archangel Metatron saying, yes, that's perfect. That's why you're traveling the way that you are, and that's why you have been able to mend these broken hearts of the past. Okay, because this is the mend a broken heart fairy. It says healing from heartache. Absolutely. Okay, we got voodoo and blue. So I feel like anyone who has been having a hard time with you and your karmic release, they're being forced to back off of you at this time. Really, your life is being cleaned up in an amazing way. And Archangel Metatron saying it's very important for you to allow these things to happen. Okay, to allow people to it doesn't matter how long they've been in your community. Okay, if they're not vibrating out of the energy of love and they are not emotionally mature or emotionally balanced or trying to get there, they're not your people. Okay, they getting cleaned up. What's a mildew fairy and strange Valentine? Okay, we got shallow grave. Wow. It says you miss someone, so I feel like you could be missing these people. You could be feeling like you really want these people in your energy, but you really don't want these people in your energy. These are the people who was doing voodoo this whole time, who are the reasons why you had to mend the broken hearts that you got. And I mean, if you want to look at it in a positive way, those things, those relationships, some of those connections had to die in order for you to make so many transformations that you have made thus far. Okay, we got the three fates. What goes around comes around. So what done went around is coming around, and you don't need to be around when stuff is coming around to them. Okay, I heard like a ricochet. You'll fuck around and get hit on accident. Okay, what is this? The Angel de los Muertos. Okay, this row is just wild. Okay, people are making transitions to the spirit realm very soon, and you're needing to just be very like connected to spirit at this time and connected in with your emotions. This is what has saved you this far, and this is the very same thing that's going to keep you straight, you know. It says guidance, but where will it lead you with this beautiful sea beacon fairy? Like, you followed your emotions to this place. You followed your emotions away from the people that weren't serving you, you know? You followed your emotions away from these people, okay, with these distorted views on life. These people who were always, you know, intoxicated and overindulging in the wrong acts, okay? And then we got I am Kali when I split the deck, okay? From death comes rebirth. So you put a death to these certain situations for a very good reason. So when you see them come in, don't be afraid to tell them to back off, because you're telling them to back off from a place of wholeness, because it's like it's very apparent that you're walking through this door to value, you know? And I mean, it could be material value, but no. This is all very beautiful spiritual energy that's coming into you at this time. And I just feel like your time alone is going to be very important to that. Once you miss someone, and what goes around comes around, okay? The door to spirit. So it's like spirit is handling them at this time, okay? Any and everybody who had a problem or who tried to stop you from becoming this beautiful earth angel of love that you have become. Okay, anybody that broke your heart, okay, or is still in an energy of being heartbroken, anyone who's hell-bent on breaking hearts because of their own broken heart, but not looking to have love and healing, especially those who got warned and told, hey, you know, you just need to focus on this, you just need to heal that. Those people are getting it very hard at this time. So Archangel Metatron saying, you know, there's like gonna be this clear separation of energies, you know. What's the song said, his and hers. Wow. Okay, what's the door to spirit and angel of love? We got hostilities. Like, I feel like there's a lot of very hostile energies out here, you know, that wish to keep you in this energy of indecision, you know, like, or they want to get you back to that place, you know, where you're worried about them, or you're worried about them coming back or breaking your heart or whatever. But as a collective, we are straight, okay? We're in this hypercube energy, okay? And I don't want you to fall out, you know. I don't want to have to like come back and catch you, okay? Because, you know, as my soul family, I'm obligated to come back and help you if you fall off, okay? So stay on track, okay? So we can all move forward as fast as possible, you know? But I mean, at the end of the day, y'all holding these coins in this cornucopia of this beautiful energy within. Okay, look, y'all are the healers of the ages, whether people want to recognize it or not. And y'all did not get there by being too attached to energies that aren't serving you. Okay, so, you know, be aware. Okay, stick to the strategy that spirit, you know, that God has laid out for you. Okay, keep being like a thinker. Don't overthink, but don't be no damn fool either, you know. Follow your intuition and follow your heart at this time, and avoid anybody that's in these envious lower vibrational energies, because they have that same access to this golden city that you got, and they chose not to be in that. They chose to dwell in darkness and work in darkness. Okay, they didn't choose the journey. So get ready for the storm if you do go, if you do start going up, you know, because they're definitely gonna, you know, I mean, it doesn't mean you're gonna get stuck in some sort of storm or you're gonna have some problem, but I mean, please get ready for the energy that's about to be getting thrown at you, because you are advancing in a major way. Okay, look at this at the bottom of this deck. Okay, that level up. What? What are we talking about? Okay, all because look, harvest. Okay, come on, we're gonna finish with the harvest. Okay, and the level up at the bottom of the deck. Okay, pleasure under that. Okay, yes. And I feel like a lot of people are stuck in this energy of shame. You know, they're wishing that they had been a little bit more balanced with this energy of Mayat, you know. Like they're coming to this time where they're not going to have any choice but to surrender and to be faced with their own truth. If they want to enter into this cosmic power that you're in, they're going to have to learn soul forgiveness. They're going to have to learn how to come out of the energy of scarcity. They're going to have to learn how to stop self-sabotaging, and they're going to have to learn how to cut these etheric cords just like you had to. And they're going to have to go through revelation and all of these things just to get to their own awakening. So this is why storms, okay? Thank you, Archangel Metatron. This is why storm warning. It's not a storm warning for you. It's a storm warning for these other people. But still, get ready, you know, because the energy, you can feel it all. It's going to be feeling a little bit chaotic. You know, last night I was praying specifically for the heart chakras of people. You know, I feel like some people are kind of being forced into a higher heart activation, and it could be a little bit difficult. I'm even getting like a little bit emotional with that. Okay. It's okay. Like, just take your time. I know I'm saying this like, you know, this is like, you know, some big rush, but I mean, you really do have time. Okay, just take your time with yourself, be very gentle with yourself, and don't feel like, you know, you have to be in some specific place energetically. All you have to do is be focusing on staying balanced and being in that energy where you love yourself and you love everyone else, you know, even if they're on some negative stuff, because they're on that negative stuff, but they gonna learn today. Okay. So just know that now's the time for you to harvest. What number is this? 43? Okay. Spider-Man's control and Batman with this fist. But clearly I don't see myself up on that list. You know, I feel like people are looking at you, you know, they're looking at you give thanks, and they're looking at you be blessed, and they looking at you and they realizing you're going through this harvest, and they looking at themselves and they wondering why they don't see themselves up on that list, why they don't see themselves up in that light. Why they not being told yes and proceed and push through and feeling like they're a part of a community. They're starting to have to question themselves, okay, and have to face why they make the decisions that they make. So don't stress yourself when it comes to the people around you, okay? So it says Abol Nimba, okay, that's what the card says. It's also card number 43, okay, which is that beautiful energy of the number 7, okay? It says the temple of the high priestess, okay? And it says the element is water. Didn't I say you followed your emotions? You followed the sea beacon ferry all the way down the road to the best places ever, okay? So it says give thanks. You are being blessed. It's harvest time. Pray. It says pray attention, okay? So pray attention. It says a season of great harvest is a season of great epiphanies. You are prospering. Harvest is when you reap the blessings that you have sown. The harvest is not just the fulfillment of your dreams, but the creation of them. Your thoughts, your imagination, and the blessing of you being here another day on this earth. This is all a harvest, okay? What seeds of generosity, love, support, and goodwill can you sow in your community to create a bountiful harvest for all, okay? And the goddess decoration says we are always prospering, okay? So just be very aware of all of those little tiny things, those little blessings. Keep doing that, you know. This is what is also helping you prosper the way that you're doing and boosting you up, you know. You could be telling spirit a lot lately, you know, oh, you know, I'm so grateful, you know, just for breathing, you know, I'm so grateful my feet, you know, work and I can walk on them, you know, I'm just grateful, you know, for whatever it is that you might have, you know. Those are the kinds of little things that I thank spirit for constantly, you know. Thank you for, you know, my food, for you know, always providing everything to me even when I'm freaking out and I think that I'm done for and, you know, I'm gonna be stuck here for, you know, like even that, I'm thankful that spirit always comes in and brings me out of anxiety before I even enter it, out of depression before I even see myself sliding back into it, you know. So with that, I'm done. Okay, I hope you guys got something that you needed out of this. Okay, I hope you have a happy, fabulous, wonderful, and amazing day, and I will see you later. Bye.